fight anybody about me. Anyway,
That part.
he said that part.
Anybody
But
try to let y'all know. Gonna be
it's
y'all
up and it's stuck. So yeah, with that being said, y'all know I love Larry. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people that do want us to make a YouTube, we are gonna make a YouTube. It's gonna be a cute way. I feel like we should. And whenever y'all got to ask us any questions, DM me at underscore queen at underscore the queen Shamar. Okay?
You can find me at King Lenny myself.
Okay. Period. And that's his Instagram. So make sure y'all,
Don't tell me.
Took everything, ain't nothing left. Count your blessings, count your stuffs. At your throat like we that strap. It's way too cold under the flesh. All we ball, but we don't mesh. All we drink, leave us a mess. Down all my drills, it is old news.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. Hey, gangstars. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Rue. Hi, India. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to the first ones in. Good morning. Good morning. Ms. HLS. Good morning. Hi, me. Hello. Good morning to me. Good morning. Guys, I'm sorry I'm running a little bit later, but you know how it is. You guys know. JS, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, like the live. I'll check the likes in a minute, but you guys know more likes, less commercials. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. Guys, so I'll give you guys an update in just a second. Guys, that was Shamar. Some people ask me, who is Shamar? Now, I think that's Shamar's old boo thing. Larry, they're not together anymore, but it still gives what it needs to give. Pineapples, good morning. Aisha, good morning. Nakia, to love me, good morning. Dovely Creations, good morning. Good morning, Lex. Good morning. Did I say JS? Erica, good morning. Good morning. Is it Dion? Good morning, Dion. Don Diva. Good morning. TJ. Hello. Mastermind. Good morning. Kiki. Good morning. Pineapples. Good morning. Steph. Good morning. Hair de la creme. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sweet Pea. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The real VB. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so quick update. So last night, I'm just gonna update you on. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the elephant in the room, but I don't know if this is just an update that some people want to hear. Okay, so last Friday, we were listening to Hey Shonda, good morning, good morning, boo boo. Good morning, SV, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. A break from mommy, good morning. Okay, so last Friday we were listening to some audio um from Keyvember. Okay, I don't know if they're calling it Keyvember or not, but Keisha and her baby Falvo went on vacation, and we were listening to some audio, and sis got herself all pissed off, and she sent me a letter, and anyway, I don't know. I don't have any more audio. It's possible my plug dried up. I'm not sure as far as like being able to get the information, because I think Keisha cleaned house on a couple of people. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I know that there is a channel here on YouTube that seems to have some things posted. So I'm sure you guys know. All you have to do is search Sis's name and you will find what you are looking for. But I think if there was some tea, and if there was something like, oh my God, seriously, on vacation, that probably did it. I don't know what else is going on this vacation because Sis blocked me on Instagram. Sis was so bothered that she went to my Instagram, found me, and blocked me. And Jeremy blocked me too. So that's okay. Yeah, I'm not being diplomatic. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. I'm just being me. And I am, I am forever a diplomat. I try to be fair. I'm not going to me stepping out of character as far as like my true self, as far as how I like to be. Um Getting on here and talking real reckless and all that, that's not really, you know what I'm saying? That's not the part of me that I like to tap into. But that is me. But that's not the part that I tap into. You know what I'm saying? It's Tuesday morning, my daughter is home, all of those things. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I have elevated from that type of behavior. Once upon a time, girl, long ago. Yeah, mommy would put on a show, okay? When I, a couple decades ago, girl. But I can't do that all the time. That's how also everyone doesn't deserve that type of energy over some frivolous petty things. Sis can be extremely petty, but I am not going to go full energy on something that is not worth it. Good morning, Neo Tarot. How are you, sis? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So take it. So understand for anybody who might think I'm trying to be extra nice or anything like that. Number one, don't get it twisted. Sis ain't that nice. Okay. But I'm fair and I'm a good person. I think being a good and decent individual is much more important out here than being nice. Okay. So yeah, I've said that before. Yeah, I'm not that nice. But I am fair. And that's important, right? Anyway, but yeah, she's a weirdo and she got mad because I guess because I broke down her video and she got caught out there being extremely unprofessional, recounting a story of when she invited people into her home that was for sale or is for sale and blatantly discriminated against someone and made a decision about someone's buying capabilities. So sis goes into the mall all the time looking like trash. And do you want people judging you? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody shouldn't have to look a certain part just to be taken seriously. At the end of the day, for a Saturday open house, this lady came how she came. Now at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know the whole entire story, what the motives were, how the person ended up posting about it, whatever, not my problem. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care. I do not care about it enough. I'm just here to do reactions on the videos. But sis was bothered and I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have any other updates about what's going on in Africa other than Miss Ma'am posted a video this morning. So I'm going to watch it and then we'll react to it maybe later on this afternoon or tomorrow morning, like we normally do. As far as what's going on over there in her close friends, I really can't help y'all because none of my plugs have come through with any additional. And like I said, I've been seeing it posted on YouTube and TikTok now. So it's out here but I haven't really seen. I saw one thing that was different from something that I already had. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, ain't nobody pressed over that. Okay. So that's my update on that situation. And Okay. Let's see. Let's see. The vacation. Well, you know what? Sometimes vacations, some of the best vacations are boring. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to you because you get to be booed up and relax and sleep and go to the pool. Like everything shouldn't be. And we called the police and then we had hotel security and then this and then they couldn't find my bag and then someone stole $100 and da 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 da. I mean, nobody wants that type of excitement. I will take a boring, slow vacation. I'm at the point in my life, I want it to be very relaxing, very chaise lounge, very dinner reservations, very much floating in the pool, very much a dirty banana, my favorite island drink. Okay, very much margarita, extra salty, and hot. That's what I like in a vacation. Hot temperature, good drinks, a nice pool, and quiet. That's what I like on vacation. So for some people, it needs to be excitement. For me, and a little bit of cute music at night at the restaurant. That would be very nice. A little bit of, a little ooh la la. But other than that, girl, nice and quiet for me. I don't have to have, I don't have to have all that. I like it very, very hot and very quiet and relaxing. Okay. Very bathing suit. Okay. Hi, Neo Tarot. How are you? Good morning to everyone, guys. Um, okay. I kind of didn't plan on talking YouTube streets this morning just because I don't really think there's a whole lot going on. Well, I mean, there kind of is YouTube streets going on. So apparently last night, Tasha K got into it at some sort of influencer party. Girl, I'm not sure what happened, but it was weird. Did you guys see this? So there was a couple of things, I guess, YouTube streets related that happened. And I also wanted to talk a little bit of what happened. Um, so some Jennifer Williams. So I guess it is kind of it is a little bit YouTube streets. Okay. Um, let's see. I wish somebody was telling the story of what happened. I guess someone kind of did tell the story of what happened. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Let's look at this. So Tasha K last night, I guess, went to some sort of a party. And it was, I don't know what Tasha K was trying to do, but the man said he was trying to holla and pasted a compliment, but I'm not sure. Like it didn't seem like it went very well. Hold on, let me just pull this up real quick. Um, okay, let me see something. Ooh. Okay, let me see. I did put, my God, stop it. Okay. Hold on, I cannot. People are literally doing the most on this internet. It's just too funny. Okay. All right, let me stop here. Okay, I'm not sure if this, I think this is the guy. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna leave this right here. Okay, I got pretty much everything set up, but let's see what's going on here. So last night there was something that happened. And I know, look, shouldn't need to preface. Tasha K obviously is a commentator on the YouTube streets. Obviously, people know her from the whole situation with Cardi B, yada, yada, yada. I don't think it needs a whole bunch of introduction. Sis was at an event last night. Somebody said something and it went a little something like this. So let's talk about it. So this is Hollywood Unlocked. And sir, basically, let me see let me okay, let's see what happens. So controversial YouTuber Tasha K gets into a brawl at podcast party. Let's hear what happened. Why is she in a band-aid dress? I don't know if she did you see that kick? That was like a damn karate kick. Did you see that? Girl, what happened? Sis looks mad. Hold up. Like, it's like, oh my goodness, ma'am. But why does at first, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw, I was cruising down Instagram lane. I'm not Fantasia. Don't be mad at me. You know, sis lives in Charlotte. Um, I why did I think that was Fantasia for a second? Okay. Sis was like, Tasha K get bout it, but you know she's from like Florida. She's either from like Miami or Tampa or something. Sis does not play. Somebody said something and it went left very quickly. So that was bad. Okay. Did you see those Dancing with the Stars sandals she had on? Girl, she looked like she was getting ready to do the cha-cha in Dancing with the Stars. Then sis was mad. Okay. She's from Florida, girl. Look, honestly, almost everybody from everywhere does not play. Why did she look like Fantasia for a sec? I was like, wait a second, I was like, I know Fantasia isn't out here doing the most. You know, Fantasia is a lady, okay? Fantasia does not play, but I really just in your mind, back of your mind, just think for like 2 seconds, Fantasia. Was like, wait a second, what's going on? And they said it was Tasha K. And I was like, no, really? Ma'am, they're filming, not just because they're filming you, but they're filming you. Like, what? Okay. They're playing music, so that's why we're not. Okay. And I think her husband had to okay, let's go over to this one here. Okay. Girl. Man who got beat up by somebody in the comments said Sir has a whole box of band-aids on his head. That he had a whole box of band-aids on his head. Man who got beat up by Tasha K's husband for catcalling Tasha K and telling her she has a fat ass speaks out.
Kind of shy away from this shit. You know what you're talking
Wait, hold on.
to? Yeah, it's true. Tasha K had her niggas run down on me. All because I told her she looking good tonight with that fat ass. That's all I said. I ain't calling no bitch. No
Tasha K, he was just trying to give you a compliment, sis. What happened? You got mad?
hoe. No disrespect for no nothing, but we just having our minds. We got to put our hands on people.
They said he used a whole box of band-aids. Do you see all the band-aids on his fingers?
Because of some things they don't like. All I told her was she had a fat ass and she was looking good. No disrespect.
And then her husband got mad. Look at the comments, guys. Look at the comments. YouTube. Oh, that was me. I did that. Okay. Girl, I was commenting late last night. Oh, that was my comment. Oh God. Oh my God, y'all. I cannot wait until YouTube lets us start commenting with gifts. Y'all, if you ever see me in the comments, it's probably gonna be a GIF. Just know, okay? Because you know I keeps it real. You guys know I love some memes, and you guys know I love memes. So nothing changed, okay? The fact that we can comment with some gifts, girl.
She might not have wanted to hear that, but them niggas done ran up on me like I done grabbed the pussy or something.
Oops.
Come on, baby. You think I'm finna shy away from that? Man, them niggas was pussy. You had 5 niggas jump down on me, man. That's all you got going. Oh, baby, you gonna need some new security fucking around with a nigga like me. You feel me? But we're not gonna get to that. You know, I don't try.
Tasha K, sound like homie was trying to holla. Girl, the band-aids. I'm gonna find the comment. That thing was funny. They said Sir had a whole box of band-aids.
Try to condone violence, you know? But So Tasha came my neck and my back. You know, I'm traumatized. You know what I'm saying? I woke up.
Girl, he's getting ready to call BC over there. He getting ready to call. I don't know who he's getting ready to call in Florida. But Tasha K, girl, you just about to Tootsie slide. Cardi B is considering letting your ass off the hook. And you gonna have yourself back in court again. And it might be like Tasha K, seriously?
I've been feeling since I woke, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't you just get out of anger management?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
What, you thought I finna shy away from this shit? You know what you talking to?
What? A pimp.
Yeah, it's true. Tasha K had her niggas run down on me. All because I told her she looking good tonight with that fat ass. That's all I said.
That's all he
I
said.
ain't calling no bitch, no hoe, no disrespectful, no nothing, but we just have in our minds.
Look,
we gotta put our
look at the comment. Bro got a whole box of Band-Aids. You see, I put a heart next to it. Girl, that thing was funny. I was like, oh my God.
hands on people because of some.
Look at all the Band-Aids on his fingers.
Fat ass, and she was looking.
Did she stomp on his fingers? Hold on a second, please, guys. Okay.
And good, no disrespect. She might not have wanted to hear that, but them niggas done ran up on me like I done grabbed the pussy or something. Come on, baby. You think I'm finna shy away from that? Man, them niggas was pussy. You had 5 niggas jump down on me, man. That's all you got going. Come on, baby. You gonna need some new security fucking around with a nigga like me. You feel me? But we're not gonna get to that. You know, I don't try to condone violence, you know? But Tasha came my neck and my back. You know, I'm traumatized, you know what I'm saying? I woke up, I've been feeling.
He woke out of his sleep traumatized, girl.
I woke, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucked up. Yeah.
They said he looking like Nelly in O2. I don't agree with that. No, not Nelly in O2. You know hell no.
To? Yeah, it's true. Tasha K had her niggas run down on me.
He's trying to say that he's looking like Nelly. Drop down, get your eagle on. I don't think so. I'm not. I rebuke that. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. No.
I told her she looking good tonight with that fat ass.
Nah.
That's all I said. I ain't calling no bitch, no hoe, no disrespectful, no nothing, but we just have in our minds. We got to put our hands on people because of some things they don't like. All I told her was she had a fat ass and she was looking good. No disrespect.
Okay, so Tasha K is in trouble, guys. Kebby, whoever her husband is, I forget what his name is, but you know, her and her husband went in on Sir, and it's not. I really wasn't sure what happened. If you're just now coming in, let me show you what happened. This happened last night. I guess this guy was running his mouth. Tasha K's husband was like, what? When I first rolled up on this, I was like, what's going on with Fantasia? And then I'm like, Tasha K? That's not Tasha K. But it was Tasha K. It was her. I was like, oh my God, Tasha K, what are you doing? And it looked like she was coming from Dancing with the Stars with those sandals on. I could not believe it. Oh, Nelly, he used to wear the Band-Aids. Okay, that's right. Yes, the Saint Lunatics and all that. Girl, I thought it was Fantasia for a second, okay? But then I was like, Dancing with the Stars shoes, what's going on? Okay, she's mad. I mean, look, a man probably shouldn't say, you got a fat ass. I think that's doing a bit too much. Keep that to yourself. But it might have been that type of event, and you cannot, ma'ams out here, you cannot go out with just under your booty crack showing and think that just because you're with your husband and you are a lady and you have a good babysitter and you got your Dancing with the Stars shoes on, that somebody who does not have class isn't going to say something. When you are out here not 100%, people will try you. Can we agree on that? It doesn't make it right, but people, you know what I mean? The devil is busy, like they say, right? And it's just a matter to see if you're going to spark up, okay? If people can pull that good ghetto out of you, okay? If you are ready for the next level. And clearly Tasha K and her husband are about that business, okay? They were about that business, and they tried, they got the test last night, and then they're going to have some testimony. And I mean, they're going to have some testimony as at the courthouse, not at the church house. They might have some church house testimony too, but they got tested last night and it looks like they failed. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when you have 1 million plus subscribers and you are on messy YouTube, you got to learn how to ignore people. Sir has to understand, if a man has a woman who is sexy, which I mean, okay, I'm just saying, if you are a man and your wife is out here in her little short dress on, sometimes people are going to make statements, and that's sometimes the problem. If you know your man is a hothead and he doesn't take kindly to men oogling and ogling at you, then maybe you should not wear that type of clothing. Okay? Some men don't care. We see people out here all the time with their tits out, their ass out. They got a whole man at home, and sir does not care. Sir don't care, and ain't nobody cares anyway. But some people, like, that can be dangerous, because when you got a hothead husband, like clearly Tasha K's husband doesn't mind, handling that business. And then Tasha K was over here, you trying to fight her husband, and then she's going to get up in the business too. Yeah, they're going to end up, it's going to be a problem. Okay. Girl, lemon pepper steppers. She sure does. Was she stomping on the heel? Allegedly. Yeah, that's what I saw, sis. What did you see? I saw them dancing with the stars shoes going up and down on someone's forehead. Maybe that's why he had those band-aids on his head. She might have stomped on those fingers too, because he had quite a few band-aids. According to an eyewitness on Instagram, they said Sir used a whole box of band-aids. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see this comment. Did he need to use all the band-aids in CVS to prove a point? If you fuck around and find out was a person, you could be wait. If fuck around and find out was a person, you can't be disrespectful to a man's wife. I don't care what you thought. Absolutely. But some of these guys out here, to be honest, don't care. Some of these men out here don't care how their women dress. They are basically out here with nipple covers and whatever legally they need to have on to be outside. I mean, we've seen this at award shows. We've seen this everywhere. And people just expect to be out here bucket naked and nobody say anything. In this case, that was not the case. Tasha K was fully clothed and had on.
She might not have wanted to hear that, but them niggas done ran up on me like I done grabbed the pussy or something.
Uh-oh. So he's saying, in other words, in street terms, I'm going to just translate for y'all. He's saying they overreacted. Okay.
Come on, baby. You think I'm finna shy away from that? Man, them niggas was pussy. You had 5 niggas jump down on me, man. That's all you got going? Oh, baby, you gonna need some new security fucking around with a nigga like me.
So he said, I can handle all of y'all. I'm with the business too.
You feel me? But we're not gonna get to that. I don't try to condone violence, But
I'm just trying to get a check.
Tell Tasha K my neck and my back.
Ooh.
I'm traumatized. As
he's outside calling and not going to work, he's going to go to the lawyer's office.
You know what I'm saying? I woke up, that's how I've been feeling since I woke, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucked up.
He said he's traumatized.
Yeah, baby. What, you thought I finna shy away from this shit?
Girl, that damn Florida. My God. And I love Florida too. But yeah, don't play with people. Hold on a second. Tasha K doing a damn karate kick in her little green band-aid dress. I don't know if that was a leger dress or not, but sis had on some gold cha-cha shoes. And girl, kicking the man. Oh, 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 oh. With her little crossbody. Like, why so mad? Look. Why so mad? I mean, he had to have said something else because I'd like to sue someone, please. Why so mad? I mean, maybe her husband got mad first. That could be what it was. I'm not sure. Hollywood Uncut, I see you in the comments. Let's see. AK, I see you in the comments. Girl, I'm seeing the YouTube streets up in these comments. Hello, I'd like to sue someone, please. Oh my God, getting stomped out. The future is crazy. Ooh. Look at this meme, guys. Look at Martin coming into. Look at Carter. People are so funny. Oh my God. What? Okay, well. Wow. Okay. I love the gifts. Oops. Oops. Okay. All right, let's get off of this. Anyway, what do you guys say? I mean, look, I don't know what the whole situation was. Sir wanted to make a comment. Clearly, Sis's husband does not mind, like I said, handling that business. And okay. He had to have touched her butt. I mean, her husband has to understand she has some celebrity, right? She's a celebrity. She has over 1 million subscribers. She's on Wild 'N Out. She's, you know what I mean? She has a name. Whether it's good or bad, she has a name and people are going to try you. And if they know your husband, like Nicki Minaj, they know your husband is with the shits, like at the end of the day, like that starts to become a liability, right? So he should never have done that, but we can't control what other people do. We can't control what other people do. We have to only control ourselves. And this is going to end up costing some money. You know what I'm saying? This is going to end up costing some money. And this is also a distraction away from what you need to be doing. You know how some people are like, when it rains, it pours, or something's always happening. If you are in a position in your life at this moment where you feel like no matter, it's like there's always something happening, get into a position of the headspace of trying to figure out like the minutes before that something happened and get yourself out of it. When you see that you are, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's not your fault, but sometimes where you might be putting yourself, like maybe it's just we don't go to parties like that anymore, or we don't go to these type of outings, or maybe if you do have a big fat ass, maybe you don't wear something that shows your booty. You know what I mean? But this guy could have just been waiting and he would have said anything. It doesn't matter. Maybe he was just a troll. So you can only control you. But also, if you are in a position where somebody, you go out places and people are always feeling on your butt and you got a big old wagon, I'm not saying don't show your wagon off because nobody should be touching your wagon. But if you don't want your wagon touched, then maybe you need to consider not being in a position where you either go to places where people feel compelled to touch on that wagon, or you covered a wagon, okay? Or I don't know. You know what I mean? That's up for the person to decide. But Tasha K apparently, according to this man, what he says he said was that he was addressing the bootay, and it sounds like her husband got mad. That's his version of the story. We haven't heard Tasha K's version yet. But over all of that, I don't know if that was a good look, considering that she just got out of anger management. She's got, she's trying to grow herself and her brand and try and get out of this mess with Cardi B. I don't know that that was a good situation. Okay. Now, this is a different situation we get ready to talk about. Okay. I heard about this morning. I was like, what happened? So I don't know if you guys, any of you guys who follow B Simone and the Know For Sure podcast. I watched it some and I was subscribed to it, but I was not following it regularly. And definitely, I was watching some of the episodes right before and soon after Jackie, their friend, passed away. The wife of the guy from Wild 'N Out, the girl who passed away during her mommy makeover surgery, and who was on Wild 'N Out. And I don't know. I just saw it this morning and I was like, oh, they stopped the podcast. So apparently B Smith and her friend Megan Brooks fell out over something. And it was something to the point where they were still working, but they were no longer like in friendship anymore. And this is her longtime friend. I don't know. It sounds really, I don't want to say it sounds strange to me because I've had friendships. I'm friends with people I've known since kindergarten. You know what I mean? Like I communicate with people who I've known my whole entire life almost that are not family. Um, and I've had some very close friends that I don't talk to anymore. It doesn't mean like we fell out, we had a big fight, nothing. It's just, we just, like we grew up and maybe it was like a season, a reason kind of situation. But I thought this was kind of interesting. Number one, the podcast is gone. Number two, um, the episode, I guess, was gone. And then now the podcast is gone. And I do want to kind of talk about it. Like when you decide to go in business with friends or family and you have a very close relationship and you don't plan on the relationship breaking up, or you go into business with someone that you know is fugazi, you love them to death, and you expect things to be different just because it's business and or any of those things. So I don't know if that is the case with this because I don't know these women. But it was interesting to hear on a couple of different levels, and I would love to hear you guys thoughts on this. Girl, they have been filming and they're not talking behind the scenes. Like the friendship was done, okay? Yeah, sometimes on like a Saturday I would just be listening. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a get caught up. I maybe would catch it even if it was once a month and just 3 hours have gone by and I've caught a couple of episodes. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to be over here on TikTok real quick. And so somebody, of course, someone out here caught it and we're going to talk about it real quick. Okay, here we go. So this is obviously part one. Which way am I going to have to go? Am I going to go this way? Okay.
In detail on the mic until we figured out things.
All right, hold on. I want to make sure I'm in the spot where I can just flip to the next episode. Hold on. Okay, here we are.
Personally first. So we talking about it in detail on the mic until we figured out things. About it in detail on the mic until we figured out things personally first, so we actually can not have therapy on the mic, but we actually agreed to go into therapy.
Mhm.
So I think that's a good step
Yeah.
to where we are going. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, I agreed to go to therapy a while ago. So I think, it's just about
But actually
right.
doing it.
Yeah, it's about timing. And I think in this whatever navigating through whatever this is, it's kind of
So their podcast got to be where they were kind of even entertaining. So they're getting venues. They're basically doing like a live podcast session and question and answer. They're like being fun. They're performing. It was like a whole show and an experience, right? On top of it was an experience, right? These two have been friends for over 20 years, good girlfriends, and then they go into business with each other doing this podcast, right? For some reason, it's fallen apart. So for anyone new here, don't worry about knowing who everyone is. It's not relevant. I mean, I would say it's relevant to a certain degree, but it doesn't necessarily have to be to understand what's going on. Two friends go into business with each other and shit has fallen apart and business is over. So that's on the basics. That's what this is. So let's listen and hear. And we've all had a friendship breakup. Do you remember when the Nene and Cynthia friendship contract broke up, or when you and one of your good goods decided to no longer deal with each other? That's on some this, okay?
well, at least for my position is I kind of let you take the lead because I didn't initiate the separation, you did.
Right.
So I just kind of fall back and I'm like, whenever she wants to, then we will. And if she doesn't, then we won't,
As far as therapy?
just as far as whatever the progression of the relationship
Okay.
is. So like I said, like I agreed to go to therapy a while ago. And I think you're coming to a point where you're maybe open to that now. So
Well, no, I'm open. I've always been open to it, but I thought it was very important that we went separately before we jumped into therapy together. And I feel like we've both been doing that.
yeah, for
You
sure.
know, I know you've been in therapy separately from me, and I've been in therapy weekly.
Look, let me tell you something. Just on part one alone, at a certain, when let's just say these women are like right at 30. You've known each other 20 years. You're not the same person at 10 as you are at 29. You know what I mean? There's a lot of growing up and discovery that we do during that time period. And all of the therapy doesn't mean anything other than sometimes stuff just expires. You know how you have milk is amazing, right? Milk has lots of vitamins. Milk is good for you. It tastes good. You can use it as ingredients. You can make a cake with it. You can make a cream sauce. You can you can feed babies. You can do all kinds of things with milk, right? Milk expires over a period of time. You can buy the ultra filtered and it lasts a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, a lot of things, most things, we all have an expiration date. We're born, we die. Things just die and fade away. Sometimes I think people try to hold on to something that doesn't need to be as close as it was at one time. Sometimes our friendships should just be, girl, how's it going? I haven't talked to you since Christmas. Okay, we're going to get together. I'm going to see you at the reunion. Or, okay, let's do lunch. I mean, sometimes it's just too much, right?
For months. I felt like that was important too, to do self-work separately before we were like, let's fix this. Let's try to see what's going on individually and then come together.
Yeah.
So I felt like this was a better time. And it's like outside of work, our relationship isn't the best right now.
Well, we don't
So-
have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Which means it isn't the
So
best.
here's B. Simone saying, outside of work, our relationship isn't the best right now. And Meghan says, well, we don't have one. And so, yeah, B. Simone is trying to, I don't want to say she's trying to clean it up, but I guess she's trying to keep it cute. And Meghan is like, yeah, no.
best.
Yeah.
we don't talk outside of work. We don't see each other outside of know for sure. So I feel like therapy is like the last thing to mend it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, we really need to, if we want to fix this, mend it. And I feel like that would be a good next step.
Yeah. I mean, I think therapy is helpful in general. I think that you have to be in like the right mind space for it, because sometimes truth is just not easy to hear. You know what I mean? And I think both people have to be willing to hear hard things. And I don't know if we've been in a place to hear those things yet.
You don't think I am?
I don't think neither one of us have been.
Really?
Well, I'll just speak for me.
Okay.
When the separation started, I wasn't in a place. It was just bad timing. I wasn't in a place for it. And there's so much that has transpired throughout that time that more hard truths will have to be said. And I think that when you don't know a person anymore, it's like, I don't know what that is gonna do to the relation, like, well, not to the relationship, but I don't know I don't know the permanent impact or implications that might have.
You're saying being honest or like saying the hard truth.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've never been able to say a hard truth to me?
No,
about it in detail on the mic and
now or before?
Just in general throughout our relationship.
It hasn't always been the easiest, no.
So, okay, this is we have some more parts to go through, but so Meghan is telling, so B Simone says, you've never been able to tell me the truth. And Meghan said it hasn't always been the easiest. Sometimes it's free yourself. She don't talk to you anyway. Just say no. No, it has not. It hasn't always been the easiest. So what does that mean? No. For people who get on a podcast and say that they are telling like the whole truth and nothing but the truth, to hear that they had a very strained relationship where neither one felt that they really were empowered, like to really be truthful with each other, is interesting. Yes, Tracy. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I saw a girl on Instagram who said you can't be mad when you have fake friends when I'm paraphrasing, when you were in your fake self. You know what I mean? You met them when you were in your fake self. So duh, you've got fake friends. You know what I mean? When you become your true self, or you kind of get tired of playing like for the gram, or you get tired of, code switching or just being not yourself. Sometimes people don't like you anymore. You know what I mean? And when you realize, when you wake up on that day and you realize that you have to kind of like put on for the city, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you have to get your game face on, all of the euphemisms that we make up for having to curb who we are to be where we're at. You know what I'm saying? You get in the car and you drive to the school and you are so-and-so's mom. You get to someplace and you are so-and-so's wife. You get to somewhere else and you are senior project manager. You can't be you everywhere, right? You can't be you, crazy, fun, loves to joke, twerk in the kitchen self everywhere. We can't do that because everybody doesn't get the privilege and everything is not appropriate for certain places, right? But with the people that we love the most, they should know us the best, and they should be able to see all of those aspects of you, but they know that deepest part of you. And when you can't be real and tell someone, you know what, you really, girl, that gets on my nerves, or don't, you know what I mean? Like, that's not cool when you do that. Or, that's a hard place to be with someone who is who's basically like a sister and or family, let's just say it like that, someone who's family, and then you start working together. So you've now gone from buddies, sisters, friends to now working together. That is rough. That's a rough space to be because now your money is tied up together. You two are eating off each other. I'll drop the call in so you guys can call in if anyone is not at work and wants to. But yeah, this is on some, I don't want to say frenemies, but maybe it is because somebody done cut somebody off and someone's pissed. Okay. It sounds very much like a relationship breakup. It did make me think, did these two have more going on than just friendships? Were they sleeping together? Was there like a secret romance going on? Which that shit happens, okay? But I don't know that for facts. I'm speculating, girl. I don't know these women from a hole in the wall. But they seem to have a very close relationship, and the way that they are articulating things, obviously there's some sort of trauma bond going on here. And these two are like, they're done.
Okay.
It hasn't always been the easiest.
Okay. Well, I'm open to the truth now. We ain't got no option now. We're gonna have to, I'm open to that now. I'm verbally saying that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, like I said, I think when you realize some hard truths about yourself, and that's already a hard thing to deal with in general, just like being open and honest about you, and then having to be open and honest when there's so much uncertainty, that's a little bit uneasy. That doesn't always feel good. Even though it's necessary.
So let's just say it like this. This is someone you've known for a long time. So you've had whatever your version of friendship is. You know what I mean? Every person that you're friends with, you know what I mean? You don't have that like next door, can I borrow a cup of sugar type of thing where you see each other every day, they've known each other for this is someone who she's known for a long time, who she decided to get into business with.
It just isn't easy.
You're saying uncertainty as far as where we're standing?
Yeah. It just feels very uncertain.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with like me saying this is how I feel, this is like being very upfront with that?
As far as what?
Our conversations and stuff. Like do you feel like I'm not clear when we have dialogue on where I stand? Or
I feel like, without trying to divulge too much, I feel like in recent conversations, you've been very clear about wanting a business relationship only.
Right.
So
that's messed up. I guess sis really felt like we're friends. But doing a show with someone, look, B Simone probably, I'm not going to say she never should have done it, but maybe they should have been a little bit more careful when they decided to take this into it, take their, they decided, look, she probably should have.
Okay.
It hasn't always been the easiest.
Okay.
She should have probably thought a little bit more before she decided to like collab and intertwine her money and her career with a friend who, like the other sis said, they've known each other for 20 years, but they haven't had they haven't had a friendship consistently over the 20 years. I don't know. At the end of the day, maybe this is a great combination as far as talent wise, but as far as how deep they go in this show, maybe the fact of having a superficial relationship maybe doesn't sustain this type of a podcast. So let's keep going.
Such a good friend I don't want a relationship with this person anymore.
Well,
ever.
I never said I don't want a relationship.
Well, you said I want I just want
to focus on the purpose.
Yeah. Well,
which is no for sure.
Picking up pieces as they fall. When things just don't go the way that you plan, I often feel like I'm just picking up pieces as they fall. So
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I at least wanted to hit on that and talk and be honest with y'all. And obviously, y'all could probably feel the energy anyway. So it's no need to not address it. Yeah, we're committed to going to therapy and working on our relationship. And
Because I feel like we have a healthy business relationship. Like the business is great. Business is thriving. There's tons of great things happening. Nothing kind of gets fallen off. Nothing, like
yeah,
we're
but
able to come together and get a job done. Some days are more difficult than others, because there's so much that happens outside of the podcast and outside of the business that I'm like, we're still human. You know what I'm saying? So
what
there's
do you
still
mean
that
happens
human,
outside?
just the
separation?
the separation, what that looks like. I don't think a lot of consideration has been taken into the totality of the impact of the separation between the two of us.
Mhm.
It's like, how can you have a podcast where it appears that you've got two people who are friends or two people who have a good relationship with each other, don't, and be able to carry on? There's just no way. Yeah, I mean, how can you, if me and poetess Justice came together on some friendship, right? And decided to do a podcast and then we fell out. How can we like banter, go back and forth? It's going to be awkward, all of those things. When people build a friendship and then you start working together, it can get very, very dicey. It can get like, I'm not saying that ideally people should podcast alone, but building a podcast based on two friends interacting with each other on topics and feelings and emotions and the past and other friendships that are involved and talking about issues in life and all of those things. When you two cease to have a relationship, it's kind of hard. It's hard to continue with the authenticity of the product that you originally created, right? That's why sometimes when you have like a rate, like for instance, the Breakfast Club, it wasn't created on some friendship, but people got so used to that trio of Angela Yee, they couldn't quickly replace her because people needed to just kind of absorb the fact that Sis was gone. So they've allowed it to go on for a period of time for people to really absorb that Sis is gone. She's on a whole nother show. It's not a competition, but it's really, they want you to focus on Charlemagne and Envy. And then when they get someone that's the right fit, they're going to plug them in. But you know what I'm saying? Like the Breakfast Club was a thing in a trio for so long. They may as well even just leave it and just continue to have guests, but that's what's going on here. Like I guess they want to try to continue, but this was built on, I guess, like a relationship between two people who know each other well.
And it just has gotten messy in areas. And so there's a human aspect that comes into that. So when you have to bring those feelings and experiences into the work environment, sometimes that's really difficult.
Right.
But as far as the business is concerned, like,
well, yeah, the business
I'm
is
like,
thriving.
We have a healthy business relationship.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
In my opinion, we have a healthy business relationship. I don't think there's anything wrong.
I'm saying
with the business,
not with the business, but our relationship in the business still has to be fluid. That's why I said having a healthy business relationship, going into therapy.
Now or before?
Just in general, throughout our relationship.
It hasn't always been the easiest. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Outside
Part 3.
Relationship isn't okay.
Yeah, but if that's not going to be okay, and we're not putting that as a focus, then I guess I don't know how it will be any different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we have a healthy business relationship. Our personal relationship affects our business relationship, but our personal relationship isn't a focus.
But
Do you see what I'm saying?
no, I do understand what you're saying, but I'm saying the point of going to therapy is to hopefully mend that. It's gonna look different.
My thing is, if you're not feeling a friendship with me anymore, I'm good. You know what I mean? You don't like me anymore. You don't think you want to be friends with me anymore. Like, there's no therapy needed. Like, be real about it. Sometimes people need to soak in and absorb. Sis don't like you anymore, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean anything. But I guess again, they got into business with each other, and they probably feel a need to really make this work. But I don't know.
Friend, I don't feel like it's going to be exactly the same. We went through so much. We're two totally different people. It can still be mended in the midst of therapy, but I do feel like the focus is the purpose, and I feel like our focus is no for sure. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She wants to focus on the business. Like, yes, we're having problems in our friendship. Girl, I never said I'm not your friend, but I just want to focus on the task at hand, and then let's just work on behind the scenes anything else. But sis wants her friend, and I get it, but you know what I'm saying? That's where you have to make a decision when you go into business with people that, okay, business first. And that's hard to separate. That's hard for some people. Okay. Someone changed, and that's okay, but sometimes people have trouble accepting the new you, or vice versa. Yeah. Or just you that's staying put, someone may have look, I mean, look, we are evolving like every day. Like, you're not the same person today that you were yesterday, even if one person is stuck, or someone did just make a right turn and they all of a sudden got into doing something else, or whatever the case might be. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, it is, I've, yeah. We'll talk about it at the end. Let's keep going. So this is part 3. Let's keep
See
going.
it too differently. No, for sure happened because of our friendship. At the end of the
Right.
day, we weren't two strangers that came together and decided to do a business. We were best friends who built this business off of our relationship. So that is KFS.
Right.
But if we don't have a personal relationship, I don't know how we have KFS.
We will have a personal relationship. Having a personal relationship doesn't mean
That's so weird, like, to put the friendship on hold. I think I don't get that. I'm not of that school. Like, I can't, the way my brain operates, I can't absorb that. If you don't fuck with me, then we don't fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if all of a sudden you decide you don't want to be my friend anymore, or you can't speak to me, then I'm good. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. I might be a little bit hurt. My feelings might be hurt or something like that. But I'll be damned if I'm going to be around to pick up the pieces because you decide you want to do something else, or I'm not cool anymore, or whatever. That's fine. But I'm not going to be the old shoe that you can just pick up and put down, especially as a friend. I mean, we don't have any kind of romantic thing going on. You're not my boo. If I'm not your best friend boo, and you don't want to even talk to me, and I didn't do anything to you, you're just at a point in your life now where a bitch doesn't matter. Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm going to let you go. And that's it. I wish I would be out here windmilling for some chick who decides she don't want to be my friend. That's it. That's it, and that's all. I don't care if we were in the same NICU. Okay? I don't care what happened.
mean it looks like exactly what it was.
Right. But I'm saying what it was is what built this.
Which is fine.
That's what I'm saying.
And
It just is totally different now. And it's it feels like the purpose is
the purpose
shifted.
is honesty, transparency, truth, and healthy relationships. And for us to have a healthy relationship, we have to do the work, and we've committed to doing the work. So I feel like that's as transparent as it can get.
I cannot work on a friendship. I'm sorry. I cannot work on a friendship. If you need more from me, you need more glasses of wine, more Friday nights, like us hanging out. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. But going to fucking therapy with my friend, with just my good girlfriend, hell no. That's too much work. I got work to do. I got to be at the office. I'm got to be with my husband or my boyfriend or handle children, things like that. Sis, if it requires that much to be your friend, sis, I'm going to go ahead and clock out. That's the way I would feel.
You know
I'm
what I
to
mean?
clock out.
We're going through a major conflict. We've decided to share that. We've decided to do the work personally. We've decided to do the work together. That is what KFS is about. Truth, honesty, doing the work, and maneuvering through conflict.
So they said they went through a major conflict. What the major conflict is, maybe we'll find out by part 5. Let's keep going.
Whatever that looks like.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we can still categorize as we're going through a conflict. I don't, because we're not right now. There's nothing that's conflicting right now because we just don't have a relationship. So I don't know if that's necessarily a conflict. It's just you made a decision and we're just going off of what you decided, and everyone is just trying to pick up the pieces as you decide. That's what it feels like. I'm just saying there's so much that's affected because of that decision. It's not just you and I that are affected.
They have a whole production. They have a podcast. There are people who are eating off these two women's decision to create a business. So they may have assistants, production, camera people. People are waiting to work. There are people who actually have a livelihood based off of Fugazi. Okay.
By it. Our team is affected by it. The people that work for us, the people that were in our lives personally have been affected. My children have been affected by it. So there's so many people that have been affected by it, and everyone is picking up the pieces as you decide.
Right. But you don't think I made a good decision?
I feel like for you, as long as it's good for you, I think that's all that matters for you.
I think it's good for totality.
That's
for everybody.
That's how it happened.
Look, if you got a Fugazi ass friend that wants to be around, not be around, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Because the bottom line is you can tap dance, everything, bend over backwards, give your last dollar. People are who they are.
And I wouldn't agree. But yes, it has been good because God turns all things, works all things together for his good. I think that thank God that he has been present for it to be good. But
like it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't honest, if I wasn't truth about my feeling, if I just held all that in and kept going with the flow, that would have been way worse than bringing this issue to the table and saying, we have to fix this.
Right. But it wasn't, we have to fix it. It was, I'm done with you. I don't want a relationship. I'm separating myself.
That wasn't it at the beginning.
It was. Yeah, it was.
That's how you took it. It wasn't.
What was it?
It was, I'm setting space, time, boundaries, and honesty as we work on ourselves to make a better relationship. That was at the beginning.
Right.
Bish.
But that's not what it is now.
As of 2 weeks ago, no. Or a week ago when we had that conversation. This has been 3 months. So 7 days ago, that was the last conversation that changed. You get what I'm saying?
So initially, it changed in a week. So you're saying a week ago it changed for you?
The last conversation we had. Yes, that's the first time I ever said, let's focus on the purpose. That's the first time I ever said that.
Right. So I'm saying that changed for you a week ago. I know that's the first time you said it. I'm saying, when did that change for you?
Yes.
A week ago.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened a week ago?
I don't know if anything specifically happened. I'm saying that is what I felt needed. God told me.
So God told you, don't worry about a personal relationship, focus on a business relationship.
The last thing I heard was,
look, and you know what I mean? Look, okay, this is what sis said. God told her, right? Who knows us best? So at the end of the day, and it doesn't mean because God, look, you might just be fugazi. And God's like, you know what? Leave her alone. You getting ready to hurt her worse. Separate. She might not have that awareness, but sis, Meghan, God may have told her that. He knows she's fugazi. You want her to walk away now or you want her to walk away later? At the end of the day, sis fugazi, you got to look at it outside of it, something against you. Sis fugazi, let her fulala, right? Let her be fulala by herself. Okay?
Focus on the purpose.
Fu.
I don't know if
Okay?
he said don't focus on. I don't know if he said don't do. Focus on the purpose is what I got. You get what I'm saying? And to focus, that is not initially how this conflict started. Initially, this conflict started, let's separate, work on ourselves, and come back together for a healthy friendship.
A friendship, somebody that you are not sexing, someone that you hadn't been to the altar with, someone who has not put a band on your finger and some diamonds, some precious jewels, somebody who you have not vowed to, somebody who you don't have children with. Sis, I'm a need for you to reality check. Bitch, I'm your friend, okay? Because I'm your sister, okay? Like, that's it, sis. Like, you taking this just a little bit too deep. Yes, it's deep, but it's not that. Like, what is the problem? You know, sometimes when you let me tell you, I had some friends that when I got married, it was a problem. I had a really good friend, and it's sad because this person, you know, I don't have anything against this person in my heart. They're still there. When I had my daughter, sis just kind of lost her mind. And I know, and I'm sensitive to the fact that sis never had kids. Okay. And this person had been married on numerous occasions prior to me even having a kid. Okay. I wasn't even married yet. And I always had sis's back through all the marriages. When my life changed and my boo stepped into the picture, it was always like a little bit of an issue. Then when I got pregnant, it was a little bit of an issue. Then when I got married, it was more of a little bit of an issue. And the last time I spoke to this person, low-key jealous, and no reason to. Sis is highly favored, wonderful career, makes money, beautiful home, all of the things. But does stuff always work out? It's not really my place to say because I don't judge her like that. I just know that sis has had a interesting life and she has been living it to the fullest. Okay. I'm gonna say it like that. Not my place. You know what I mean? Not my journey. I'm just a friend. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it was very, very like I had to become okay with letting it go because I could no longer meet this person's expectations. I was at a point in my life I can't hang out. I can't go get a bottle of wine with you. I'm not going to be able to go on the girls' trips right now. I have a 3-year-old. I'm in a very high, a very pressure point of my career. I'm married. I've got a 3-year-old, all of these things, 7-year-old, 8-year-old. You know what I mean? Like it was certain points in my life where there's just pressure and you can't meet the demands of a demanding friend, right? That's a lot of pressure. So I was very much okay and very much relieved. And I, when that friendship ended, because it was a lot of pressure on me to be there for someone who I wasn't as committed to as the person that I'm committed to and who I'm responsible for, which is a child, and I am committed to my husband. And at the end of the day, some friendships had to go. And the friendships that put negative pressure on me, are no more.
We've even
Okay.
said that on the podcast. That was
Right.
initially the goal. And I'm
But-
not saying
but
that's
it
not
changed.
recently. Focus on the purpose was the last instruction I got. Recently, yes. And if focusing on the purpose can get us back to a healthy friendship, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't feel at all like this was negative. Outside relationship isn't okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but it,
Feelings,
Part 4.
negative emotions, negative.
I don't
It
think
might-
that was the intent, but it definitely spiraled into. I think that was a part of it. I think it came. I don't think it was the intent, but it definitely has been a part of
Well,
it.
yeah, it's been super difficult. You know what I mean? But initially, I feel like it had to happen for a healthier relationship.
Yeah.
That was the goal, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, like I said, we have these conversations personally through text. We've had a few on the phone or in person, but we need a mediator. It's we need somebody, you know, and I recommended my therapist, which I totally understand. And I recommended your therapist. Meghan wanted to, which I 100% agree with, go to somebody spiritual, a spiritual mentor, a spiritual guide, which, you know, is what we need. We need a mediator so we can both.
I definitely am all for therapy. I don't think there's anything wrong with therapy at all. I think therapy is really good. You have to really be careful who your therapists are. That's number 1. But number 2, every single answer that you have to every single question that you have is all inside of you. It's just you have to let go of all of the resistance. If you let go of what you want to do and get square with what you need to do or what's real, you're right there. The only reason why people really, really, really need therapy is because they have strongholds in either what does not serve them anymore or what is toxic. You want to be in the shits and you can't deal with not being in the shits. So you need someone to help beat your brain up so that you can understand, sis, let it go. Strongholds will do you in every single time. For whatever reason, there's some sort of stronghold, toxic friendship going on here. To both of these women, y'all done. One person probably feels like she's been broken up with, and the other one feels like she's just stepping into her power. And by doing the most hurtful thing, by hurting her friend and kind of shaming the relationship and kind of rejecting, she's done this in a way that she has rejected someone that she has known for 2 decades, whether they've been bosom buddies or not, whether they were in between the sheets or not, whatever these two had going on. It appears to me that B Simone is kind of rejecting her friend in a way that her friend is very, very hurt, rather than coming to her as a woman and just saying, you know what, sis, like, I'm just in a different place. I've got some different interests and I'm not really feeling this anymore. Okay. Didn't we talk about this yesterday a little bit with Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons when it was like, just be real. I'm just not feeling this anymore. How can you degrade and disrespect someone to the point where you have a job together now, and the job is based on 2 women standing by each other. One has her back, the other one's giving, their head to head. So they're of 2 minds. They have each other's backs. They're holding hands, and you can't even have a real conversation and tell sis that I'm just in a different place. I'm not feeling this anymore. But you downgrade it to a situation of just coins. And the other sis is hurt. Clearly, she's very hurt. And B Simone seems to be just very kind of practical, pragmatic about it. Like, girl, why don't you understand? We're just going to go to therapy and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, to me, you have to be able to make your own decisions. Being guided by a therapist is a very dangerous place to be, especially if you don't have a good therapist and your therapist is just as foolala as you.
Can both be heard and maneuver through it.
Yeah. I think it's important also to, state, because I think that a lot can get interpreted,
excuse me.
especially in the way that you present the conflict, that I have been extremely respectful of your space and
Yeah,
have
for
not tried
sure.
to invade your space and
Mhm.
not tried to force myself.
I don't think you've done that at all.
I'm just saying that I want that to be said because it kind of comes across as, differently. And I just want to make
Sis wants to be on the record. I am not a bugaboo. I'm not bothering you. So let's just not get it twisted here. This isn't on some harassment stuff. I don't know if they had a personal relationship or not. I'm just saying I don't know what the levels and the space and the place of this relationship, because it seems quite deep. So I don't know if there was some intercommingling. I'm not sure if this lady is married, Meghan, or not. I don't know, but it is they're very much to me, my opinion, very much of like a trauma bond type situation going on here.
sure that, I have been, and that you acknowledge that I have been respectful of your space and not tried to invade your
I don't
space.
feel like that at all.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that
Sis feels like sis has to know, Meghan, if you're out there, sis, if you got a friend that makes you feel like you are a bugaboo, sis, pick your face up and go. It's okay. There are other relationships out here. You have children. Do not chase behind a woman who is done with you. You are valuable out here. There's someone else out here who would love to be your friend. And also, you need to be your own best friend. Sis, pick your face up and keep it pushing. If a person out here decides that you are not good enough, you are no longer the business, you are no longer someone who they want to be in friendship anymore with, let it go. Let it go.
it's
I don't
important
think, yeah.
to say, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. Like I said, things feel a little bit more uncertain now than they have before. But yeah, it sucks. I feel bad for our audience. I feel like my heart
Okay,
kind of breaks
Robert.
for them.
Really?
Yeah. Because I just don't think that this is what they expected. And I know how many people,
It's not what we expected either. Yeah.
I know how many people, have looked to our relationship, and based off of kind of the feedback that I've gotten from you and your
Right. When you say you can go see a therapist, but personally you have to do the work. Therapy does not work if you are unwilling to accept the truth, the reality of the truth. Like I stated before, strongholds, your version of the truth is not the truth. The truth is sometimes things run their course. There is no reason that two people who were friends should even be at this point. If we don't speak anymore, it's over. Unfortunately, these two decided to get into business with each other and start this podcast, and the podcast became a thing where you've got people showing into work. You might have office space, you might have leases, you might have contracts, you might have payments, you might have vendors, you might have sponsors, you've got people you have to answer to. And now all of a sudden, because this was built on some friendship and not on some business, and you guys became a thing outside of you, it's kind of like one person who's more in their feelings can't do the work, because this was soul work for them. It was soul work in the sense that this was based on a friendship. B. Simone seems to be completely okay being, and I don't mean this as a person, I mean this as on this podcast. She is okay with doing this with no love, no soul involved. You know what I mean? Not the way it sounds, but her friend, this is a show based on friendship. She is okay with doing this show, not friends. Okay? Period.
experience. It just feels like, dang, was it what they thought it was, or what I thought it was?
Absolutely. It was everything it was in that moment. You know what I mean? Moments change.
It was everything it was in that moment. Sis is like, girl, I would be like, you know what? Let's finish up this season. Girl, pick up your face, be strong, do it at a professional, because if you're going to do a podcast after this, you got to let these people know that whoever you have contracted with, whoever is relying on a paycheck, whoever has rent to pay tomorrow, you got to show up. But when this chick told you that it was what it was for that moment, that should have been the reality check right there. Like, okay, let's do this. Sometimes you got to get out your feelings and get those bags. At the end of the day, if you know that this chick is the same chick you were dealing with, you thought she changed, you thought she was doing better, you thought she was something she's not, you just figured it out. Like, stop trying to make people into something that they're not. Sis is fugazi, and you are in partnership with someone fugazi. Get the work done, because right now you got people who probably have rent to pay and the show is closed down.
I don't feel bad for our audience at all. I think it's beautiful to document this. I think it's beautiful to show them the truth. I think it's beautiful that we show up
B. Simone just might be one of these everything is content type people. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is content, and when the content is over, I'm good. You know what I mean? Just like when she did the paid access, you know, I mean, quote unquote, we know that it was paid access. Watch me mourn, watch me grieve for my friend who passed away, Jackie O. B. Simone might just be on, we've seen it all over YouTube. There's people out here who are on some, this is content. That might be sis.
every week, and we're vulnerable on the mic. I think it's beautiful to show that neither one of us has gave up and walk away and said, fuck this shit. I think that is what KFS is about. The truth, honesty, being transparent, and maneuvering through difficult times. And that's what we talked about when we were in a good space. And it just happened that this has happened in the middle of us having a podcast and building our platform on those truths. And we get to show it. I don't feel bad for them. I feel like we're doing something honorable. I feel like we're doing something honest. I feel like we're showing up and we're being honest with them. I feel like we're going to be victorious. You know what I mean? So whatever that victory looks like, I feel great that they can watch this and listen to this and be like, things aren't perfect, but they're committing to showing up and trying to do it the right way, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot, y'all. But like I said, we're both committed to being honest on this platform. We had that conversation the other day, which I feel like we have been, you know, it's no secret that this has happened in our relationship, but figuring it out off the mic, to me, is pretty important. And not trying to have.
Well, this would be the first time that we've tried to figure it out off the mic. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a focus.
Meghan is obviously very hurt. I think she feels the friendship. She's feeling the loss of the friendship. B. Simone is like, I'm good, sis. Like, no matter, like, I just want to get the work done. You know, B. Simone, this is a very important lesson for a lot of people. B. Simone shouldn't have flipped her platform to this. I think her platform on YouTube is still B. Simone. But when she started to focus on this more than what the original, because, you know, sometimes it's easy to collab. You got a friend you vibe with, people like you guys' energy. They like how you guys talk with each other, whatever. But you got to think of the long haul. And at the end of the day, intermingling, commingling friendship and relationships into your money may or may not be a good thing, especially for most people. I'm not saying all people. Some people don't mind being transactional. And obviously B. Simone is okay with being transactional in this particular situation because that's what she's proposing. Meghan is tied in emotionally to this business, and she seems like she's stuck, poor thing. Let's see.
In the last 5 months. So if it becomes a focus,
it's very
now,
sad, Coco.
then we'll see what happens. And, you know, we might get to a place where it doesn't work. And it's just like in the podcast and, you know.
Yeah.
I guess that's
go
where they
our
got to
separate
because
ways.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
But
I feel like it's been a focus. It's been a focus individually.
the relationship has not been a focus.
Feelings, negative emotions, negative.
I've focused on me. Well, you can't focus on something that you avoid.
Well, it's
And
not.
we
It's not.
avoid
It's,
each
it's not
other.
avoiding. I feel like healing yourself and doing the self work is to have a healthier relationship. That's my opinion.
Right. But I'm saying if it's, and this is not, I'm not comparing it to this, nor am I trying to make it this, but I'm saying when there is a purpose attached, say for instance, a marriage,
Mhm.
if there is a marriage, you don't go work on your marriage separately.
But like,
You
it's
work-
like,
But this is what I'm gonna say. A marriage is not what this is. This is a friendship. That's where it made me start thinking, okay, was there more to this friendship than just friendship and work? Because you are not in covenant with this woman. You are in contract. Okay. You two might have a contract, and an escape hatch where if at any time we decide we no longer want to do this, we can walk away clean, no problems, and whatever the case might be. But that was when it was like, but sis, this is not a covenant. This is a contract. Okay.
work
like-
on your marriage simultaneously as you're working on yourself, but you don't separate yourself to work on your marriage. And if the purpose of us coming together, if God brought us together for a purpose and that purpose came through a friendship,
Mhm.
then you can't say that we're working on a friendship and avoid each other.
yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I feel the opposite. I feel like a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, we're going to break up, work on ourselves. And hopefully when we come back together, we're healthier and better.
I'm saying once God has identified a purpose,
Mhm.
then that's a purpose that comes together,
Mhm.
right? What God brings together, let no man tear apart, right? That's big.
Okay, sis, but that's as it pertains to marriage. It's not a marriage. It's not a covenant. It's a contract and a podcast. Okay, sis? That's Meghan. Meghan is putting 20 on 10. Meghan's putting 200 on 10. That's why Meghan's hurt. Meghan is making what they used to say a mountain out of a molehill. And I'm not discounting being sad because I just told you guys about a situation that hurt me very much, but I had to like get center with my priorities, that I very much had a priority and I very much have a whole family, and someone like I'm bending over backwards to try to accommodate a friend who still wants me to operate like sis single, and sis ain't single no more. Sis got a lot of responsibilities. Okay. I can't hang out like I used to. I can't be there like I used to. You know, we can't do all the things like that we used to do when my life was very different. And because sis's life kind of changed and stayed the same, changed, stayed the same, changed, stayed the same, it became an issue. And instead of rolling with it and being happy for me that my life is changing, you know, I had to make my own decisions, and my decision was I had to pick me, and I had to pick no stress. I had to pick my happy place, which was at home with my husband and my daughter, handling my business, working on my career, and not having stress about somebody who still wants me to be able to hang out. And that's why I'm in my marriage almost 10 years, and other people are doing what they're doing. Okay.
Biblical.
Okay.
So if he brings that together, you don't go work on that together separately. You work now, we have separated and worked on ourselves, and that's great. But I'm saying it's just now becoming a focus to work on it together.
Timing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in the separation, the purpose of the separation and the self work was to come back together. So in my mind, as I'm working on myself, hopefully when we come back together, we're better.
But when did you feel like that was going to start? Because that only came because our team has brought it up. Like now it's only a focus because I feel like our team brought it up and they're like, this isn't going to work. So now it was like,
no.
because that wasn't a conversation
I just think
prior.
What?
Us working on it together, like it wasn't a focus of us working on a relationship together.
Focus on the purpose came before that. Jazz brought that up at all. You get
I
what
know.
I'm saying?
Well, I don't know that because that wasn't. I'm just saying, as soon as she brought it up, that's when it was like, okay, we should go to therapy. So it felt like it was initiated because our team brought it up. Just perspective. I don't know what goes on your side. I don't know what goes on in your head. So I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
But it seemed like once she brought it up, then it was like, oh, we need to go to therapy. Then it became a focus.
Is that what happened with Flow Tree? Were they dating? Were they a couple? I don't know if Meghan. I think that Meghan loves B Simone, and I think B Simone is loving on herself. She's picking her, and she's like, sis, I need you to work on you, not work on us. And ma'am is focused on the us, and B Simone is focusing on herself. And neither two are wrong, right? But what sis has to understand is that if somebody in a relationship is now choosing themselves, you got to wake up. No matter how right you could be, how wrong they might be in your eyes, at the end of the day, it's over. It's over. When someone chooses them over us, like if all of a sudden I woke up and decided it's all about me and I'm in a whole marriage, that's not good for the marriage. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. That doesn't work. So when you are in a friendship and in a relationship that has contracts and obligations and people are waiting for paychecks and to eat and all of those things, and you guys decide that there is no us unless there is a us, the us that is no for sure. Do you guys remember when Keisha Kaylee and her friends were doing their little podcast thing, and she's like, no, we're not doing it ever again anymore. Da, da, da. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was in that, but at the end of the day, it wasn't gonna work. To me, it needed to end anyway. They didn't have microphones. Okay. But these two, what does Meghan have going on outside of this? I know she has kids. I don't know if she's married or not, but it's just too much. Sis is going to be relieved. As soon as sis gets out of the woods of feeling sad about no longer having this friendship, she's going to have more time. She's going to have more love. She's going to have more clarity. And she's going to realize how much this relationship with this friend, this coworker, this business associate was draining her. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But prior to it, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because this
one of our
sounds
first
like
conversations in this conflict was therapy. We both agreed to
this
it
sounds
months
like
ago.
awful.
I just think it's timing. I think it's time. Like there hasn't been.
Do you think it's time just because we have so much coming up together and it's like, let's hurry up and try to fix it?
Hell no. I think it's time because we have a business together.
That's what I'm
You get what
saying,
I'm saying?
because we have a business together and it's like,
Not because we have so much coming up, just at the end of the day, we're business partners. So we have to continuously show up as business
So what
partners.
Meghan is saying, do you think this is coming up because we need to resolve these issues so that we can move forward? They're saying the same things, but they say them differently. Meghan is in her feelings, as someone else said, and B Simone is very much in her transactional. B Simone is not in this like sis is. Sis got, maybe she's just too, she might be a clingy friend. She very much might be a Klingon. She might be a bugaboo. Okay. And she might just be a little bit too overbearing. You know how you got friends that try to be like your mother? She might be one of those friends that tries to be too much like my mother than my sis. Okay. I don't know. But interesting.
Even if our personal relationship isn't okay.
But we've been business partners for over a year. And this separation has been over 5 months.
It's been 3 months. Started in May.
Yeah. May to June, July to August, August, September. So 4 months. So I'm saying it seemed like it became a focus when the team brought it up that it's affecting them too.
I feel like it's been affecting them. That's
no,
not
I know,
new.
but I'm saying, but they brought it up, and then it became a focus to go on there to go to therapy.
I think that's just your perspective on timing. I don't think that was. like that. You get what I'm saying? I think it happened simultaneously.
Okay.
Because my focus on the purpose happened not way before, but before Jazz brought that up.
So when were you planning on saying anything? Or were you waiting
I don't know.
for the right time?
Yeah, just waiting till I was moved. And I didn't know what focus on the purpose looked like. Does it mean just continue to show up? Does it mean I don't know what that looks like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's different. It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Oh, okay. I just looked this up because I'm like, girl, is she still married? Meghan Ashley Brooks divorced. The whole story via Know For Sure podcast. Through the podcast Know For Sure, Meghan Ashley Brooks is well known to everyone. In her podcast, Meghan and her best friend B. Simone discuss life in general. The debut EP by singer and actress B. Simone, titled Last Soul, was released 2014 and was chosen. Okay. She would join the VH1 series Girls. Okay. She started sharing content on social media. Okay, I'm scrolling. Divorce doesn't start when you file. When you have just divorced and moved on quickly, people are just like, you just got divorced. But in my mind, we have been divorced for a long time. Okay, so sis is divorced. She confessed that she understood why people stayed in a relationship even when it was not fulfilling. Sounds like a pattern. You're trying to keep that thing with B. Simone, and as ain't fulfilling either. It did not make you happy about moving on, Meghan said. I am nowhere near ready to be a wife again, but when the time comes, I'll be so much better at it. Now I have so much to add to my relationship. Okay, so sis is no longer married. Sis is divorced. Um, okay, not that that has anything to do with anything, and I don't know anything about these women's personal situation. What is the key to a friendship that has lasted 20 years? Respect, true love, and challenging conversations. Every week, B. Simone, a comedian, actress, and business tycoon, along with Megan Brooks, her best friend, assistant, and business partner, will discuss the events. And I focused on assistant. Maybe there is some hateration there. Maybe there is some imposter syndrome, not feeling qualified, worthy to have been elevated. But and maybe just a little bit of bugabooism. I don't know. Maybe she's a little bit of a bugaboo. We'll discuss events and experiences that have helped them grow over the years despite leading very different lives. Meghan learns what her interpretation of the white picket fence dream actually entails for her as a mother of three, while B. Simone continues to search. B. Simone is okay with cut. So Auntie B. Simone, with Auntie B. Simone cutting off Meghan, and the kids are like, where's Auntie? And Auntie's not around anymore. It is hurtful. It is hurtful when you attach your kids to your friends and your friends decide to be fugazi and fulala and exit the chat. It's very, very hurtful. So, okay, just a little bit of that. This is just a little bit of a blog site, some little extra information. So that was helpful. That was helpful. Okay. Let's go back to here and let's try to finish this up.
And two, because we never wanted to be that podcast that, you know, and this is probably why they say don't start a podcast with your friends, because, you know, people change their mind. And then it's like you got this business together and you got all these people that are like,
well, I haven't changed my mind.
Well, I mean, I'm just
You're just saying things happen.
Well, you changed your mind. You changed your mind about me. You changed your mind.
I changed my mind about how I could handle our friendship.
Right. So you changed. I mean, that's the same thing.
I know,
but
you're saying it like, well, people change their mind. Like I was just like giving up, or I didn't want to do it anymore. That's not the case. It's not.
That's not how it felt. I'll just say that. It definitely didn't feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when you have something that people are kind of hopeful for, you know, it does
Ooh, I stop drinking water.
It does feel, you know, I don't know. I don't want it to, you want it to be genuine. I want it to be genuine. I want us to be authentic and genuine in our approach to it. But like I said, there's a human experience that is happening simultaneously that is very difficult to navigate through, especially when you've been the villain or the bad guy. It's very difficult to navigate through that. So yeah.
So Megan's feeling like she's the bad guy. Megan, sis, this sounds like whatever this friendship was, it has turned into a little bit of a trauma bond. Maybe because of your last experience with your husband. I don't know, but you've got to wake up, smell the coffee, and maybe you're putting too much pressure on this friendship to be something that it's not, because it's sounding very relationship, like you two were into something with each other. And if that was the case, then that's y'all's business. Me personally, I don't care. But that's what it sounds like. And if you two weren't on some flowetry, then you're putting a lot of pressure on a friendship. And friendships should be effortless. Friendships should feel like air. Friendships should be your safe and happy place. There is nowhere that a friendship to me should feel like a burden. A friendship should feel like you've just taken flight. It's fun. It's like when your mom told you, like, so and so's outside, you can go out to play, be back in 2 hours, and you are in the wind. That's how friendships should be, through the good and the bad. If a friendship feels like a cinder block around your neck, no, ma'am. That contradicts the purpose of a friend to me. It should not be hard. A marriage should not feel like a cinder block around your neck. It should be effortless. Anyone who makes anyone think that marriage is like work, marriage is nothing like clocking in at work. The work that you do is by being mindful. That's the work of marriage. It's positive intent. It's love and unconditional love, positive intent, and putting the greater good of that union in the forefront, and never letting anything get in front of it, and as a unit. That's the work. So for selfish people, it probably is very much work. But if you are not a selfish person and you are down for 100%, it's good. But friendships should not be a burden at all. I think this one's over. Let's see.
Okay.
I've focused on me.
I'm glad we talked about that though.
And, you know, for the people who are really supporters and really do love what we had or what we were able to bring to camera, you know, I just pray that you guys pray for us during this transition. And, you know, just pray that God's will be done more than anything. Because I do know the potential, and I do know what God showed me, you know, from beginning and even to now. You know, I still know what God showed me. But everybody has a choice. You know, everybody has to make a choice. So I just pray that you guys, for those who really have, you know, been invested into us.
I mean, I know what God showed me. Like, sis, relax. Just because it's not happening how you think I mean, next week, everything could be back cool in the gang. Relax. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're putting, this girl is, you know what I'm saying? Like, sis feels how she feels. And at the end of the day, when people put a lot of pressure on you to move a certain way, some people have missteps. Some people take 10 steps back to move leaps and bounds forward. So Meghan, my best advice to Meghan is to relax. Relax. The vision might still be fulfilled, but if you keep spazzing and stressing, it might not.
And we've invested something into you guys and you find value in this. I just pray that you pray for us.
Yes, pray for us
during this.
I know a lot of
because it
y'all
would
have been
suck.
too. Cause what?
I said it would just suck to throw it away.
I don't even feel like no for sure it's being thrown away. You feel like it is?
I feel like the opportunity is there for sure.
Okay.
I feel like there's a large opportunity to yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's a large opportunity.
I don't feel like that at all. But okay.
Yeah.
I feel victorious. Either way, whatever happens, the victory is already there. We know that. And yeah, I feel hopeful. And I also really feel like therapy and a mediator is going to help us maneuver through this in a healthier way. So those are the next
shout out to
steps.
therapy. Therapy has helped me maneuver through this and not cause me to lose my mind.
Me
so
too.
I'm
I love my
grateful.
therapist. Thank you, Bianca. Love you.
I'm grateful for just a outside perspective and somebody that can help me look at things from a different lens. And then also to, it feels good. I've been in therapy, 4 months now, and going weekly and even sometimes twice a week. And to get that type of validation from your therapist on the areas where you are growing and you are thinking clearly, those are helpful.
Yeah.
Those are really helpful.
Yeah.
So,
and celebrate that shit. I've changed so much. Literally yesterday, my therapist was like, "You're doing so good. You're changing. You're doing this. You're doing that. Celebrate that." I got ready, put on some makeup, got dressed, and looked cute and celebrated it. Like, celebrate those wins, especially if you're changing and growing and seeing progress, in your own journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I graduated because my therapist, I'll see her once a week. And she was like, "You can come every other week." I was like, no. I don't think I'm there yet. She was like, "You're there." I was like, no. So she lets me come every other week. So I took a little graduation, moved my tassel. Yeah. So what do you know for sure? What are you saying no to for sure?
This friendship.
I know for sure that man, God is real and he has kept me and I'm thankful for that. What I'm saying no to for sure, I'm going to say no to allowing, what am I going to say no to?
Now, you said sis wasn't being open and honest. We gonna need for you to tell us, give us some Iyanla, what's on that tip of your tongue. Don't clean it up. Just spit it on out. Let's see what she says.
No to divisiveness.
What's divisive mean?
Just people, like a spirit of divisiveness, like trying.
First rule in a definition, you cannot use the word to define the word, ma'am.
To divide, split, and separate.
Okay, there we go.
And I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to try to combat that spirit as much as I possibly can because it's one of the things that God hates. And I don't want to be a part of grieving him. I don't want to be a part of that. So that's what I'm going to say no to.
Okay. I know for sure.
Why don't y'all rebuke 20 on 10?
That if you do the work, you will grow. Do the work, the individual work, whatever you feel like you need to change about yourself, focus on that. If you do the work, you will grow. What am I saying no to? I'm saying no to no truth. Just continue to be honest and truthful with how you feel, what God has told you, what you believe in, stand up for what you believe in, and just be truthful. I'm saying no to no truth. So you guys, this was another episode of Know For Sure podcast. I'm glad we talked about that though.
That was a lot. That's on some frenemies. I don't even know what to say. Meghan seems needy. B Simone seems relieved. She seems less burdened. Meghan needs to a reality check, and it's no shade on Meghan. Meghan really needs to absorb that, sis, it wasn't, or it isn't. So let's say it isn't at this moment what you think it is, not to discount what you had, whatever, girl, whatever y'all had going on. It doesn't mean that it wasn't real. But whatever it was, it isn't anymore. It's time to let it go. Because sis has already moved on, and clearly B Simone is the one with the power in the relationship. She pulls the strings. She turns on and off the lights. And what I would recommend to anyone out here, if you are in a situation where you're in a room and you're not the one who gets to access the light switch, you don't get to turn it on, turn it off, and you have allowed somebody else to have that function, that power, and you don't get access to the light switch too, it's time to go. That's an imbalance in the relationship. Okay? You cannot be, I don't care who it is. You should have just as much access to the power as the other person. And when you are relying on that person to make a decision as to go, no go, that's not a good place to be. And there can be a lot of resentment and hurt and all of the things. And it just seems like that's where they are, that B Simone calls the shots and she says, go, no go. And it's pretty much a wrap. It's a wrap on this. It's over. So it's kind of sad because the girls seem like they had something good going on. But I'm sure something will be back, something will be repackaged. Someone said in the chat, B Simone's already planned her next move. She's got other stuff going on, I'm sure. Hopefully Meghan will take this opportunity and move forward. Like at the end of the day, your best relationship in this whole life that we have, this whole blessing that you're given when you get air in your lungs, your mom gives birth to you, is you. And if you put anyone before you and the power and everything that you have in you, it's you're losing out on your biggest blessing. Your biggest blessing is you. And when you are that's how other people experience you. So it's unfortunate. I'm sad. You're drained. Just listen. Isn't it awful, Tam? Sis got to embrace her power. Do you imagine this? This woman is a mommy of 3 children, and she's sitting here wasting all her energy over somebody who does not seem to, and I'm going to just say it, doesn't seem to give a fuck about you. Sis is good. If it's had effects on other friendships, people are picking B Simone over you. People are not returning your phone calls. B Simone is auntie and she's not checking in with the children. This woman she don't give a fuck. Okay. And take it for what it is, pick up your face and keep it moving. That's the best thing to do, because out here, there's going to be a lot of people out here who are going to disappoint you in this life. It's just how quickly you can pick up your face. You can't pick up your face, you're gonna be going through it a lot in life. Okay. I'm glad we had a chance to. Anybody watching this, make sure to comment down below. We can have another conversation about this. I don't know if we'll do that tonight, because tonight we might be in the shits doing a reaction to another video. Also, I do want to get into some Jennifer Williams. It depends on how quickly we can get through Africa. Because there's a video that posted that I would like to react to. Otherwise, I do want to talk about Jennifer Williams. If you guys have VH1, go catch it. This is not the story of her current boo, Chris Gold. This is the story of the guy that after I think this was right after the Tim Norman fiasco, when she moved to Atlanta, Sir that stole her Range Rover, and he was like a notorious scammer in Atlanta. Okay, that's the story. My true scam story. Go on your, if you've got BET Plus or just on your cable, go watch it so we can talk about it, because I'm going to be limited in what I can show. Because but we can go over to Angela Yee and see some of that. But we'll talk about that if not next over here, after that. Okay, because I've got my little list. So we talked about Tasha K. Boom. We talked about B. Simone. We have somebody calling. Well, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, okay, good. Okay, let me see something. All right. Somebody weird just chimed in. I just had to ban someone from the studio. Anyway, guys, nice try. Nice try. Nice try, dark web. That was disgusting. Anyway, girl, I was getting ready to I almost got corn bombed, okay? Girl, okay? I wish them both well too. I do. Yes. Hold on a second. Let me girl, it doesn't matter. I banned them. People are weird, girl. Somebody actually had to click the subscribe button, and if you saw what they were doing backstage, it was absolutely disgusting. Like, sir, nice try. Nice try. Girl. Sir, I've seen one of those before. I've got a whole husband. Stop it. And call into someone else's program with that, because it's okay. All right. Girl, they gotta look. After the first time that happened to me, I was like, yeah, not nice try. Okay. I the first time that happened to me, I was like, thank you, Lord. I said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm not going to let that happen again. Now, this was another thing. I highlighted this. Queen's Court, Reese Coco. When that happened, I loved the Queen's Court. Okay. But it was more than what Kaya wanted. Kaya was there for the gags and the keys, right? She was enjoying the kikis and the laugh. Let me tell you, that damn Halloween and Christmas, and when they were just sitting right there by the fireplace with the table, see, T.S. Madison had bigger dreams. T.S. Madison had a vision. Like, you see how Meghan got the vision? She said she got a whole vision for everything, right? Kaya just wanted to come and kiki and have a good time, go live together, collab. All right. It was very sad. I was waiting for them to come back until I had to accept as a viewer that they weren't coming back. Okay, they weren't coming back. But the T.S. Madison Kaya show back in the day, girl, that was some gold. That was oh my God, I would just be cracking up, because they bought the silly out in each other. And I'm a silly person too. And sometimes I get into my silly mode. I do have a couple of friends that I can get into my silly. And sometimes I get into my silly with you guys, like my extra silly. But those two, so funny. It was sad. It was sad. But they had two different objectives. You know what I mean? Kaya just wanted to vibe and key and have a good time. T.S. Madison had other, the gift was to expand and to be what it is today. And they outgrew each other very, very quickly. And unfortunately, the conversations were being had and they didn't have a chance to talk about it together. And it was unfortunate, because I'm telling you, from a subscriber standpoint, it was so much fun, and it was really sad that misunderstanding. It was unfortunate that they couldn't just keep the key session, the keys, that, and then TS Madison end up doing whatever TS Madison would end up doing anyway. But sometimes you have the vision, but the plan isn't really all the way there. So you're working through it. Everything isn't. So Kaya, during that time, it would have been good for just them to do that. And then TS Madison to do the other things after the Kaya broadcast, on another day, another time, just a solo thing, because that's what it ended up being anyway. Right. So, yeah. It was too bad that they weren't able to hone in on, let's just do our Sunday nights. And whatever you do at any other time is what you do at any other time. But it was too much going on, rapid growth, and the messy YouTube streets. Okay. I'm gonna throw YouTube streets in it. It was the messy YouTube streets. And that was it. That was it. And that's all, okay. But yeah, I still miss it. But I promise you that the Christmas show, when Kaya did her little Christmas song, and then, like next caller, all of that. Oh my God. I mean, classics, absolute classics. Amazing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just search on YouTube, The Queen's Court, or just search Kaya and TS Madison. If you start with the drama, don't get into that first. Just go back to the lives, if any of them are still posted, your stomach will be hurting and you will be crying. It's so funny. They just kind of had like a little collab call-in talk show, and it was hilariously funny. They used to get in on damn Candy. Every man wants a woman. They used to get in on Candy like crazy. Okay. They used to drag some Candy Burris. So good. It was so good. And I still love them both. I did not pick a side. I love them both. I do. And I still watch both. So that's where I'm at with that, because both of them are hilarious. And I enjoy them both. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. We didn't get through our whole list. We're gonna get back with Jennifer Williams. Jennifer just keeps getting bumped. Okay. But we got through Tasha K. We got through B Simone. B Simone, girl. B Simone gonna be all right. B Simone gonna be all right. Meghan gonna be all right. Everybody is going to be all right in this situation, and it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Very talented, beautiful women. At the end of the day, what sis has to understand, the one who is in the word, but I guess both of them, they're both love God, and that's good. But understand, reason and a season brought y'all together for a reason. This might be a very karmic, all relationships are karmic relationships, right? God puts us together with people so we can learn a lesson. Sometimes it's very quick, and sometimes, girl, it drags out. And sometimes it drags out because of us. At the end of the day, the bottom line is this: you had the friendship, you had the relationship, you have opportunities out here, and don't let this be a lesson learned. And girl, handle your business, get with your audience, and move on. It's gonna be okay, girl. Everything doesn't last forever. And that's it, and that's all. And girl, I would not be chasing after no friend who basically is like, I'm done. I really appreciate you and your platform. Seriously, thank you for your support, sis. Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for yours. Girl, Trina, yes, because Kaya's like, I'm the queen of the South. Like, she's got who named Trina Queen of the South, or Queen of, yeah, right? Kaya is, look, all of us know at the end of the day, Kaya has been very underrated almost her whole entire career. Kaya is like low key, oh yeah, girl, that's my jam, or all of the things. If there was no Kaya, there may not have been a Trina. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. If there was no Kaya, there would not be no City Girls. There would not be Sexy Red. There would not be Glorilla. Like she is a, the Southern rap, female in her power, in her sexuality, in her shit, talking her shit, all of that. There would not be that without Kaya. Kaya, Thug Misses, a couple of others, they paved that way. Okay. Thug Misses that's it. Okay. That's it and that's all. I mean, like that's it. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys. Let me see. Let me get to where I need to be before I say goodbye. Okay, and I will see you guys later. Okay. Hey, Big Sisterology.
Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, Bougie Gang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.